to the channel, guys. What it do? Today I'm planning to paint the fuel tank for the R1, and if you recall on the last video I told you guys that the issue with the swing arm that was on there, didn't really care for it. So since I have the original swing arm off the bike that came on the 2019, I'm gonna go ahead and paint that as well. We also plan on trying to throw on some of the fairings. I don't know how much in depth we'll get into that, but I at least want to put the tail section on. Want to try to get this thing to the point to where we can start it up, but we'll cross that bridge once we get there. Let's go ahead and get started painting. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but there's some leftover adhesive from the auction lot number. And I'm using glue gun to break it up and basically just rub it off. When you are painting, your eyes will deceive you. Use your hands. Your fingertips to be exact. If your fingertips feel any kind of difference between texture, that means you need to sand it more. Or you sand it too much. Right here, it's not very smooth. And I just did that so you guys could see better what I was talking about. Alright guys, so while we're waiting for the paint to dry, let's go ahead, step inside, start messing with these fairings. The seat cowl came in today. It was just a $26 seat cowl I got from eBay. I was going to paint it, but it's already gloss black, and I think it looks good enough that it'll go with the rest of the fairings. So we're gonna go ahead and modify that seat cowl a little bit, and then we're gonna throw the rest of the tail section on the bike. So let's go. If you look here, the factory fairings have this cushion that go here on both sides, and what that does, it sits right in here, and it kind of keeps the fairings from rubbing up against the sulfur. So what I plan on doing is replacing those as well. Now these are just some cushions that I had laying around. They actually came from, if I'm not mistaken, a window AC unit that I put in my storage unit out back. And this is like part of the trim that goes around it to kind of buffer it. But just so happens, it's perfect for what I need it for. Because this is the main part that rubs against the subframe right here. See if you guys can see this a little bit. This spot right here, there's a little gap, and that's the spot that rubs. Alright, so these push pins apparently don't fit this hole, but I think I actually have something in around. Alright, so I did order some of these specific push pins when I was rebuilding Ruby. This is one of them. This is the other one, as you can see. It's broken. I may have a new one somewhere, but for now, we're gonna roll with what we got. This is just a normal push pin that you order off eBay, Amazon, or from Cycle Gear. It doesn't fit. Well guys, I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. But basically I took that bit, I put it on my power tool here, and just hit one notch, and it fits. You don't want to take off too much. There was one notch. This is the original plan, the original setup for this thing. This just goes on like that. The nut and screw go inside. What I decided to do was take this collar Now this, you definitely don't want to tighten that down too much because it is on plastic, but it does have these little grooves on the bottom on each side to keep this pretty much held in the right place. I think you can see it right here. So this is the right side rear tail cover that came on the bike. This is the turn signal. I plan on reusing this turn signal. There's nothing wrong with it. Has a little crack here, but that's about it. So I'm gonna reuse that. And when mounted on the bike, this is pretty much how that goes. And the blinker sits here, which, I don't know, that could be a good spot for it. On Ruby, I have mine mounted here. We still have to take this off and put it on the new fairings for the new tail section. We got the exhaust put on, tail section done. So I think that we're at a pretty good spot to put the bike back up on the bike lift and do everything else that we have to do, which is put the oil in, put the coolant in, put the chain on, bleed the brakes, all that good stuff. One of the reasons why I didn't really want to do the brakes today is because I still need front rotors. And this morning I just went ahead and ordered the rotors, so we should have the rotors within about a week's time. Yeah, so if you notice, I did put that rear wheel on just so I could be able to move the bike around a little bit. Next week, or next episode, I guess, we'll get to putting the fluids in, bleeding the brakes. Hopefully we'll be able to put the rest of these fairings on. That tank should be cured enough by then that I could be able to throw it on, put some fuel in it, and get this thing started up. So appreciate you guys for stopping through, hanging out with me for a little while. Hope you learned a little something. As I said, guys, I do these videos to kind of show you how to do this stuff at home without having a large budget to go to Yamaha to buy every part that you need. Sure, of course, you may have to go to Yamaha to get some things, but for the most part, I'm getting everything off of eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Amazon, Cycle Gear, you know, stuff like that. So until next time, guys, stay safe, be blessed. Salute.
太古里发电是我自己做，无视于黑白老少人的 block。You can see block me everyone talk。I can 背负若战断我们的差距，你加个算，如果要跟我们争，你没啥胜算。这游戏里那我们就只会赚。写个奥秘就别想太多，吐一锅黑水我随便来泼。带 for the 腿，我想说就说，没有人在意我穿过的货。你没羞你家你。